Hello everyone, it is Jacob here with a new update for my Carino. As you may have seen yesterday, I've uploaded a video with a time mark 8 profound traveler kill with a slightly weaker version of this one. Well, let's hop into it because this will be a longer video. I've made a lot of changes, so let's go through the gear first. Yeah, why not? I started crafting a priceless Scepter, so the mods you want to focus on are build damage or base build damage, reaping cooldown, and then reap. Yeah, intelligence affliction effect, like you can swap intelligence for a reap duration instead of affliction effect, for example. But yeah, this is my current Scepter here. The other one was the stronger one of those two that I got already. So yeah, I'm not bothering going for tier 1 mods here, just because I will eventually swap it for a priceless as well in the near future. So yeah, just have to farm for a new one basically. But again, tier 1 base build damage, you need that. You want tier 1 reap as well. And then affliction effect, intelligence. Helmet, I've upgraded the energy shield mod to tier 1 just to get more energy shield because I struggled a bit. The build is able to farm time mark 8 profound, so you need a little bit more defense for that, and it is still squishy, so yeah. Amulet stayed the same. I'm planning to upgrade this in the near future as well. We'll be going for a base with curse on it, corruption curse. I've got rid of the unique belt because the rare one will provide you with more damage basically, so that's another reap here, affliction effect, resistances, and energy shield damage. The mana mod, that's pretty much just the dead mod because there's nothing to craft on it really. At least not until you unlock a precise belt. And then I would probably use this additional damage taken at low mana. But yeah, so this is my belt for now, and the biggest upgrade that I made that did not even take or cost that much is a like Entangled Pain curse ring that allows you to swap one curse to a different skill. This is a low level base, so tier 2 mods are the top that I could get on this, and it costs me like 300 FEs if I remember it right. And you can get one for around 300 for now. So yeah, a tier 2 base with a curse. So curse is the main thing on this ring. And just try, if you are going for one, try to get one with a bearable like downside dexterity. I'm not using really, so that's good for me. As you can see, I've capped resistances, 60 on everything, 6.2k energy shield, around 130,000 survival in town, 100% chance to inflict every ailment. The rest of the gear stayed the same. Just hover over it real quick. So yeah, passive tree wise, I did a few changes. Let's go through the statue of the new god first. So for the pedigree of gods, I'm not sure if this is the most optimal, but I was going for mixture. So I'll either wanted plague or mixture on my slate, just so I can get the convert 99% of elemental damage to erosion damage, and then possibly utilize the plus erosion damage modifiers on slates and in the tree. But I'm not sure if this is the way to go. Might not be. So yeah, for now I'm using mixture and plague. So mixture of plague and mixture in the tree, or mixture and plague in the tree, and then anything that increases like cold damage or erosion damage or dirty tricks would be probably the best here. So yeah, immune to frostbite, 20% additional cold damage. That's what I went with. 15% movement speed also helps a little bit with clear. And on the next slate, +1 jump, really important. I'm stuck in jumps because I swapped to ice lances, and those scale really well with jumps. The only thing with jumps you want to make sure is you need to have like even number of jumps so you don't waste stats. If you have an odd number of jumps, like 1, 3, 5, 7, then the last jump just jumps from the target and goes elsewhere instead of jumping off the ground and going back to the target. So even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8. Make sure that you do not waste stats, and then the second stat regains additional life based on missing energy shield, and regains additional energy shield regain based on missing life. I have a source of regain in my tree, and that's pretty much our only source of sustain or regenerating our energy shield in fight. So this helps with that because we are always on like almost no life. So this is always on maximum efficiency here, and the other mods like do not really matter for now. I did not bother. I just got something like evasion helps here, lightning resistance helps here, and the other 2 mods are wasted. But I did not have enough currency to reroll them. And on the other slates, I didn't swap much. So movement speed with blur, and damage per element. Here is erosion damage at low life, and physical damage to erosion damage convert. I was trying like exploding gloves, the physical ones. Those work, but seems like they do not scale with this. So sadly, yeah, not very useful here. But the 60% erosion damage at low life is useful definitely. So this slate needs swapping, but yeah, decent one for now, cheap. Erosion damage per stack of wilt. I have like 200 stacks of wilt on the target, so this is maximum efficiency here, 100%, and plus 20% per element again, so it's another 100% here. Wilt damage, max energy shield. This one doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's the gold one, and those are crazy expensive to reroll. So yeah, that's that. Now for the 3, Goddess of Deception looks like this. I have this on one of my slates, so I could use I could spend this skill point somewhere else, so I did that. Additional damage to life here. Mixture or Plague, and subtle impact here. For Psychic, it would be Daze or Affliction. Try with which one you deal more damage. For me it's Daze, for you it might be Affliction. Daze also comes with the plus 40% crowd control effects, like we are inflicting frostbite, freeze, paralyzes, and slow. So yeah, I'm scaling those, and that's a really nice defensive flare as well here, and 20% additional damage. And I took a Pact Spirit that gives me +1 curse, so I can use more with less here. If you don't have the Pact Spirit with +1 curse, just use Verbal Abuse here and you should be good to go. And the tree looks like this. So taking the Reaping duration here, Blur effect, and that's pretty much it. Reaping cooldown here, definitely you need those are really important. So yeah, like this, plus 9% defense, scales evasion and armor. We have like decent amount of energy shield, but we have also a lot of evasion, so this scales both, so definitely good points spent here. For Warlock, Indifference and of the beaten track, and preferably you would want to get dirty tricks on your pedigree. So it would be either dirty tricks or of the beaten track on the pedigree, and you would be able to take the other one here. You are inflicting all the ailments, so this just ensures that you inflict them always. Like, we have 100% chance to inflict them anyway, but it is 6% stack multiplies per ailment on the enemy, so this is like 34% additional damage, I believe. Something like that, so yeah. And the tree looks like this. As you can see, I've took an inspiration from a different person, so yeah, no shame in that. Like, when the profile is like public and you can use it, just yeah, take the advantage of the game system that it provides you. I'm not taking the critical strike rating, critical strike damage here, just because yeah, I don't really see the, like, this is like 42% critical strike damage, which you would then scale with the armor, but yeah, it's like 10% additional element damage. I might try that sometime in the future, but for 6 points, because the critical strike rating are totally wasted, I think that you can use the 6 points elsewhere and get higher value from that. Like, it would be like 12% additional damage, while you can get for example this for 10% additional damage to life for only 5 points, and this would also increase your damage, because that's like it increases your damage while the critical strike chance is wasted. So yeah, I value this more than the critical strike damage here. And then I have leftover points that I can use for the movement speed here, for example, or also more energy shield regain. And this is our only source of energy shield regain for now. I'm running at around 10%, and it is working well enough. Like, I would definitely love to have more, but yeah, we have to play with what we get, right? So that's for the passive tree. For the skills, I've bought a rhythm. I wasn't at home for the last 5 days, I believe, and I just forced the rhythm with all the currency that I got, just so I would be able to play on mobile easier. Like, the original build with the Shadow Shot self-cast played really well on mobile as well, but this is just a huge quality of life. You might go down a little bit with your damage once you firstly like swap to this, but once you start stacking jumps, I have like 6 jumps, I believe, the damage just starts ramping up. For clear, Shadow Shot might feel better, just because Shadow Shot has inherently like AoE damage in it, so you hit multiple monsters with one Shadow Shot. Well, this just jumps in between monsters and only stacks on them through hitting them and not through the AoE damage around. So Shadow Shot might feel better on clear, but this is definitely better on like tankier rares and bosses. So, and yeah, you shouldn't have any issues clearing big packs with ice lenses anyway. So Rayton, try to get as close to 0.2 seconds as possible for your budget. Like, 0.2s are not cheap, I get it, but try to get something that you can live with. Like 0.4 works well, 0.7 as well, but at 0.7 you might be better off with going for instruction. It might be cheaper, or trace or track. So yeah, other supports are possibility here. The best one in the end will probably be Rhythm, might be track, but I'm really not sure. I'm going with Rhythm for now. GMP, Rebound, definitely want to get this. makes the ice lances jump around off the ground, so they can hit one target multiple times just from the jumping off the ground and back to the boss. And jump plus 3 jumps. If you get this to level 30, it is plus 4. Same with greater multiple projectiles. If you manage to get it to level 30, it is plus 5 instead. So definitely huge multipliers if you manage to get them to level 30 somehow. And the last link lies ice lances bounce, scales, additional damage per jump. That's a no-brainer there. For the movement skill, I'm using Speed Phantom. If you want to get around the map faster, just use Blink. Or Frigid Transmission, try which one suits your playstyle better. With Frigid Transmission you are able to blink on place, while Speed Phantom has Blink has longer range and shorter cooldown, so yeah, I'm using Speed Phantom just to get a little bit more damage from it, and it also provides me with a slow spread on the monsters, so that's another source of like crowd control and defense layer, let's say. Medium multi-strike, just go with as high additional cooldown recovery speed as you can get. For me it is 25% for now. I could probably get higher, but I have other priorities in the build. Quick mobility and cooldown reduction. You can see the way here, like as much cooldown as possible. Curse, if you don't have corruption on your amulet yet, then corruption. Medium preparation with 6 seconds cooldown. And with this setup and 6-second cooldown on the preparation, I'm able to keep up the corruption curse going indefinitely, so it never drops. So like this, Terrain of Malice makes it a circle around you, extended duration increases the duration. And a black hole here, medium preparation again. With Reaping Agony. There are different setups going around, like you can use the normal preparation and use mass effect on it. It might get higher effect from the Euphoria, but this way it is up more often. It does not give as much additional rod damage, but it is up more often, so it is reaping more often. Yeah. And the last skill I have here, Thunder Spike. That's a skill that provides you with numb on target. With my setup, I have like 1.2 second instruction. I'm able to stack around 7 or 8 stacks of numb on the target, and even though you cannot use it with scepters, it still gets triggered when you like link it with instruction. So yeah, that's why I have it here. It is also the Shadow Strike build, so I'm using Haunt, so it hits more often. And Hardened provides me with damage reduction, that's here, minus 25% additional damage taken for 4 seconds. That's a buff that you get on you whenever this skill hits something. And then Thunder Spike Numb has like, I have 100% numb chance, so it gives me 50% chance to inflict 1 stack of numb on enemies within 10 meters when the subordinate skills Shadow hit an enemy. So it spawns at least 2 shadows from this. So yeah, like numb stuck in here, and every stack of numb increases the damage taken by the enemy by 4%, stacks up to 10, so it is 40% additional damage multiplier that you can stack on top of a monster when you have it like this. For the auras, precise projectiles, precise deep pain. I'm running increased area here just to have a little bit more mana. As you can see, I would have only 8, and I don't have like the 15 energy to spend anywhere else, so I'm using increased area here. You could get like a different support that would increase the effectiveness, but yeah, I have to look into that. Like maybe selfishness or something else, I'm not sure. Stand as one. Yeah, something that would increase the effectiveness of the aura while not disabling it, so selfishness probably not. But yeah, Erosion enhancement is the third aura. And as the last, I'm running Erosion Magus with Restrain and Superpower, so you are able to run it like this. Inherently, the Erosion Magus gives you minus additional dot damage taken, which gets scaled by Superpower by 50%, and if you get this for the Magus, it also gives you like additional erosion damage with his aura, and this gets scaled with the Superpower as well, so I'm getting around 14% of additional erosion damage from these links. Now also link him with Reaping Agony, just another source of Reap, which goes off every now and then. I'm not sure how much Reap cooldown I have, but I guess around 100%, so it should be going off every 2 seconds. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, that's the last link that increases your damage. For candles, get 1 candle with 20% chance to get 1 stack of any blessing when triggering a skill. That will provide you with all the blessings because you are triggering all these skills. Like this is getting triggered, Curse is getting triggered, Thunder Spike is getting triggered, and Black Hole is getting triggered as well. So this gets you all the blessings throughout the fight. And on the other candle, +1 jump just to get to even number of jumps. So this is +1 here, +3 is +4. Then I have +5 here on hero traits and +6 on the divinity slate. So I'm running +6 jumps. For hero memories, Dart Shot, Lethal Interval, and Malice Charge. Pretty much the best options. Like, yeah, if you are struggling with ammo, you can try using Shadow Magazine if you don't have enough cooldown reduction or something. But you should be okay. Because whenever you use a mobility skill, you reload or your ammo with Malice Charge here. So you should be okay for the memories. If you are getting +2 levels on a memory, try to get it on this one first, because this one will boost your damage the most out of all of them. But if you boost, for example, this on, if I would get +1 level on this, I would get +2 jumps instead. So even a red memory here, like the highest quality memory, would increase the trait level by +3. So I would get +1 jump here, and then I would need to get +1 jump on some other piece like slate or another candle, just to get to even numbers again and to have higher damage on bosses. It would help me with clear, but it wouldn't help me with single target, basically, to have +1 another jump here. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this. Now for the damage, goes like this. Like, you are using your mobility skill to reload your ammo. You can see on the bottom of the screen that's on D for me. It is reloading automatically. Build is doing around like 70 to 80 billion DPS at this point, which is like enough to clear Profound. I mark it Profound, but it is squishy. Like you can see, I have 140k survival, so I'm dying a lot, but as long as I'm able to clear the map completely, I'm okay with dying. So around 80 build there. And for the map showcase, I'm running the maps. I'm running still the same strategy. Almost the same strategy as I was running in the last season. So combining War with Nightmare, and I'm running without compasses, so that's why I'm forcing Nightmare and War through their nodes here. And I'm getting Nightmare for the lightning primarily. And then combining all that with beacons, as I showed in the beacon farming strategy. I'm running without compasses, so I'm still using this. If I would run with compasses, I would drop this and spend it somewhere else. For monsters, more magic monsters, just because that scales the map drops. And more normal monsters, just that's more density on the map. Gives you a chance to drop something. And with the leftover points, just use them on whatever mechanic you want. I'm using them on Black Cell, just because I need to upgrade my memories. And you need a lot of memory shards for that, so this gives me Black Cell on almost every map. So yeah, I'm using that. You can do like Canvas if you like playing Canvas. Get Canvas. If you want to farm Eyes every now and then Eyes, but those are not that great if you don't max the tree. Dark Surge might be good as well, or this cube, or Eterna monsters also, like leftover points wherever you see fit, just use them wherever you want. Even going for like star charts will be a good way to get more currency out of your maps, because you can either run the shards or sell them. So yeah, Time Mark 8, Profound. Let's hop onto a map without compasses, without rolling it up. Like, if you were farming Time Mark 8 or Time Mark 8.2 before, you can just use the same strategy and go for Profound, because it takes the same beacons as Time Mark 8. So yeah, Profound has just higher chances of dropping like anything. So you should be able to drop even more beacons. So I was already sustaining Time Mark 8 beacons on Time Mark 8.0. Now it is getting even easier with Profound. And the clear goes like this. It is not the fastest, but as you can see, I'm able to kill. So yeah, and the Profound leak, if you are running the leak mechanic, the Profound leak mechanic definitely drops more currency.
The Hanged Man, the sun.
I can get in 2 Hangmans in a row. You can see I found the lightning, so whenever you find the lightning, you can just start zooming. And once it ends, well, yeah, you have to clear it with your clear skill. But this is how the map goes. It is not the fastest, but it is the entry level, and it will only go higher, right? It will only get faster. And I have like capped evasion pretty much, 75%, with blur effect as well. And blur effect has its inherent like chance to evade damage completely. Not evasion, but chance to evade damage. So we can check defenses here. Evasion rate 50%, but I believe that the blur is not counted into this, so I think it is 75. It might be wrong, but I think it is 75 with blur. Spell evasion will be somewhere around 60, I think. I have block chance on my memories, so I have some block chance. Yeah. And cap the resistances, that's the only defense we get here. So that's the clear. For tanky rares, you will encounter them very often on time mark 8 profound. So that's why I'm not swapping to Shadow Shot anymore, because yeah, you just want to get rid of the rares as fast as possible. Sadly, there are no explode emotes anymore, or at least we don't have access to them because we are using the unique armor. So yeah, finished a map, didn't die. It's like first time in my map showcase. So yeah, this is the build for now. I have a few more upgrades planned, and we will see where this build goes. I'm learning. Every time I'm looking for a new upgrade, I have to like do my research because I'm not sure how to scale this into the future. But I'm trying to do it like step by step, hopefully not waste much currency with like useless upgrades. Like yeah, I've bought tier 2 ring, but I should be able to resell it for I believe at least 200. So even if I wasted here like 300, if I resell it for 300, it allowed me to get another 20 billion DPS into the build going off, so I can run faster I can run maps faster now, I can farm the FEs faster. So even if it was just 100 FE loss, it allows me to farm the FEs way faster now. As you can see, I'm sitting on almost 2k FEs. But the next upgrades, like just the base for the amulet that I want to get, costs 3000 minimum, so yeah. I'm going for priceless gear now. And red memories. So yeah, that's it. That's a little bit of like peek into my future upgrades as well. And thanks everyone for watching, and I hope I will see you in the next video soon. Bye!